So this is episode 2 of going from 50 Solana to 200 Solana using the Meteora DLMM pools. And my last episode was 3 weeks ago at the time of this recording. And I've actually managed to get my balance all the way up to over 96 Solana in these 3 weeks since that video. But what I'm doing is removing 30 of the Solana, getting me back to that 63, which I ended that episode on, and going to be uploading daily or every other day so I can upload more frequently. But you know, a bit less editing, but we can keep the uploads going and the calls going in the Telegram. So for the first quick trade of this video, I entered the binary pool. Now, I actually know nothing about this token, nothing about why it is pumped so high, and my fees are higher than 24, as you can see there. But I very simply set up the bid ask. So what I waited for is for the price to go down. My Solana was swapped out into the token on the way down at larger intervals as the price went lower. It didn't go very far down my curve, but it pumped back out. I managed to get the fees there. Did the same again right here, and then it pumped way out of my range. Obviously, I got a decent amount of fees when it hit this low point, and the volume was decent. It's a bit higher than you can see right here on BullX. It was over 50k. Then it kept pumping up, and I managed to sell some of my fees up there for over $100 total. And obviously, I got a similar amount in Solana. That was a great way to start. 5 Solana still left in the pool, way out of range, as you can see, and I have 61.2 there. So that is, you know, it's over like $150 profit very, very easily. Okay, so I do not know if this is going to hit, but as we can see, the token does look like it hit, you know, just a local top. It could go higher, but it's just started going into a bit of red, down from 16 to 12 million. Now, two things normally happen here. Either it might drop a bit more, go back up, range, go higher, or what could potentially happen is we just go into a free fall, which, you know, it feels unlikely when you look at it now. You think, oh, this is a good buying opportunity, but so often tokens just drop straight red right down here and then range. So what I've done is I've actually moved to the 200 bin pool, set up a bid ask with just 5 Solana going down, not about 70% drawdown. And, you know, I'm not expecting to necessarily hit, but stuff like this always drops all the time. That's how, you know, I make a lot of the gain. So what I'm hoping is we can get a big drop, and by using that 200 bin pool, I can cover a much larger range than just 100 bin, which could print a lot more if we just go down a little bit and up, but I just want to be that tiny bit safer. Okay, now we're into the next trade. We still have that bid ask open. It did not work out. Maybe if it was, I would have had to buy some tokens for it to work, but that's fine. We move on. We didn't actually lose anything, and now I've made a position in this donk coin. So the reason that I have gone 50-50 is because this is some kind of TikTok artist, and we've seen a few of these coins do really well. You can see on my Twitter, this is just a random post of what that content is, and the token has been going sideways, and you can see where my buy is, and what the planning is hopefully that the artist on TikTok does actually make an official announcement saying he has mentioned it's his token, but if he does more of a push on it, we could see this token run up way above 10 million. Obviously, that's very hopeful, but in the meantime, if it doesn't do that, we can hopefully earn some fees while it ranges. Not super volatile, and you can see the fees aren't really high, but it is more than nothing. So I just closed out that chunk pool after not too long, to be honest. You can kind of see from this graph my average buy and where it went to. My buys around here made the pool. It went all the way up to 4.8 million. I actually sold. So I closed out, and most of my position was Solana, and I sold a few of the tokens, and I'm just holding some of the fees. So it actually ran up to nearly 5 million. Now I'm just holding around 0.75 SOL, which is all profit. So I will probably just make a new position, but mostly one-sided, because this is a very speculative play. Okay, so for the final update on these positions, hopefully it looks like we have pumped out of range. So this position where I bought 1 Solana down here, I don't know why I sold a bit. I don't know why I didn't all add to the pool. It's pumped out, so it pumped up to 13 million, put me out of range. So that is some token profit as well. And my other position also didn't make many fees, but that's the point of it. It's just there to catch a tiny bit of fees. You can see it's just grabbed a tiny bit right there. That's out of range as well. So for this next trade, and I think final one of the episode, we are on this kind of 60 7 solana, and what I'm thinking of is buying some of this MEMECOIN. It seems to be getting decent volume and on a dip, and what I'm going to do is go 50-50. So I don't actually know too much about it, and I did just see it just have a 20% 5 minutes, so maybe not the best time to buy. I'm going to buy some, connect my wallet up, and then deposit that. So what I'm actually going to do is just put probably more lemon in. Actually, we'll go 50-50. We'll see how this performs. So I think that's, that warning means nothing. And this is an interesting pool right now. If I deposit, this is quite high risk as well. If I deposit, you can see it's 80 BIM 1%, so it should have a lot more movement in it. And I'm not sure why this deposit is taking so long, but hopefully the token ranges around this area right here for a bit. So I actually just went and had lunch, and in that time we actually went out of range, took some token profit, and we got a bunch of fees. So if you remember, I did two sol of tokens, 2 sol of my own. There's 0.3 token profit, and we also have, as you can see right here, 0.6 solana in fees at the current moment if the price stays up. We're just a bit out of range. Remember, we were in a very, very small pool, so I was never going to get a lot of token profit. So if I wanted that, I'd have had to go in one of the wider ones, but that's some good profit in just it must be 20 minutes I had this open. I bought, it looks like we did have a dip. I actually went out of range, and then we just pumped straight back up. It came back down and back up, and that's what gave me a lot of these fees. And this is obviously BullX, as I like often to, buy the tokens and be able to sell them very quickly. I'm going to go ahead and close this, and then hopefully I'll get a scorecard, but it will be around $220 profit. So in the past day, since that intro was recorded, I managed to run from 65 solana all the way to 68 solana, as I am holding some tokens. This was all done in the past day.